Hello and welcome to the new vlog. If this is your first time here, my name is Hannah, and in this video I will be trying to conquer my August TBR. Okay, so just to sum up August so far, out of the 10 books that my TBR game picked for me, I have read Bad Graces, I have DNF'd Love Unwritten, I have finished The Fury by Alex Michaelides, and I need to pick my next book. So I think in this vlog I should be reading Black Mamba by William Finn. This is a horror book. It's not very long. It's around, let me see, it's just under 300 pages, so I think it could be a quick read, and especially that the premise of this book is very interesting to me. There is a man and he's got a couple of daughters and his wife dies. And one night these girls come to his bedroom and they say to him that there's a man in our room. He goes in there to check the room. Obviously there is no one or nothing there. And as the book goes on, these girls are referring to this person or this thing that appears in the room as Black Mamba. The father treats this Black Mamba as an imaginary friend. And basically things are turning a little bit sinister. So I'm excited to read this book. I really love a horror book. I love horror movies as well, but I think when you watch a horror movie, the things are being presented to you as the producer or director imagine this. When you read a book, you can actually imagine everything yourself. And yeah, there were times when horror books gave me creeps, so I'm really looking forward to reading this book, especially when it comes to, I think when children are involved, it makes it a double scary, and also the premise of an imaginary friend as well. So let's see if this book is any good. Hello, my god, we are back to crazy temperatures. It is, I had to direct the fan at me because it's just so hot. I had my window shut, I had my blind down, and then I just came back from work, got upstairs into my bedroom to change, and it's like walking into a sauna. I have a south-facing bedroom, so if I don't close the window and the blind, oh, it's terrible. So even with this, it's so hot in here, but yeah, I kind of had to open the blind now because we need some daylight so you can see me. Just wanted to do a couple of updates. I am reading Black Mamba and I'm currently on page 128, and this it's why I can play this book like a movie. You know, there's a family, something happens, then there's children involved. Dad is kind of resorting to having a little drink because he's so sad and misses his wife that unfortunately passed away, and there's other people involved and other people know something that he doesn't know, and it's just like, it's a really interesting concept, also a very slow burn. I think it's one of those when everything is just slow, the atmosphere is building up, and then towards the end you have all the action happening. I'm enjoying this book, and yesterday I didn't really read much because I spent the day with Jason. I didn't know basically that it was a slow burn, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I feel like it's more of a psychological horror, and yeah, I'm vibing with this book. I'm really enjoying it. So that's being read. Also, I finished the Luminaries today. It was an audiobook I had on loan from my library. I didn't really know much going into this book, but it is a young adult fantasy with a little bit of horror going on. Let me see what this book is classed how this book is classed on Goodreads. Okay, yeah, so it's classed as young adult fantasy horror, so I had a feeling it would be like that, and I really enjoyed it. The last few books that I've read from this genre I actually really enjoyed. Bad Graces and Every Exquisite Thing, I really enjoyed them. So yeah, I enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars, and I don't know, it wasn't a 5-star book, but I enjoyed it. I was getting a little bit of a Hunger Games vibes with this book, because it was kind of like a life and death situation for the people that were going into the woods. I didn't tell you what the book is about, and here I am telling you about people going in the woods. So anyway, so this book follows Winnie, that in the month of her 16th birthday can become a luminary. She can take part in a trial that's built around 3 different challenges and become a luminary. Luminary is the nightmare hunter, and they live in this place when in the woods there are different types of nightmares. There's like zombies and vampires and werewolves and stuff like that. So if she passes the 3 challenges, she can become a luminary to go and then hunt the nightmares in the woods to keep people safe, basically. The only problem is her dad was a traitor, and he's been banished, and they have become outcasts. That was the punishment for Winnie and her family, to become outcasts for 10 years. So her 16th birthday falls during that 10 years, kind of like a banishment, and she can't legally take the tests and take part in the trials and challenges. So she goes behind other people's backs, and she completes the first trial by herself. I'm not going to go into the details of what happened in the first one and second one and third one, but let me just tell you, this is a very interesting book, and the fact that they go into the woods and they hunt these things, and I don't know, it kind of reminded me of Hunger Games, and Hunger Games was one of my best books. I actually really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars. And yeah, I will definitely be reading a book 2 and book 3 when it comes out in November, I think it comes out. So yeah, next update, I started a next book from my August TBR. This would make it book 5 of my August TBR. I have read Bad Graces, I have DNF'd Love Unwritten, I've read The Fury, I'm reading Black Mamba, and now I just started Peter James, The House on Cold Hill. And I have a physical copy, but because I have 10 books in August, I decided to cheat a little bit, and my library had an audiobook for this, so I'm listening to this as an audiobook, but I like to kind of have a physical copy to see where I am in the book, and I'm really enjoying it. This is basically a haunted house story. This family moves into this house, and things are going wrong, and they see things that are not supposed to be there. So it's quite interesting, and it's just one of those books. I don't think it's going to be a book that will change my life. I don't think it's one of those books, but it's an easy listen, and I think it will be definitely a 4-star book coming up. So yeah, that's the books that I'm reading now. I think my plan for now is I'm gonna go and take a shower, because I bought myself a hair mask. I was telling you I wanted to find something like some treatment for my hair, so I bought this hair mask, banana. It smells really good. So what I want to do, I think I want to go and take a cold shower, cool down a little bit, and then wash my hair and put this treatment in. I'll probably wrap my head in a cling film just to get everything like working really nicely. And then I'll probably start dinner because I feel a little bit tired today, so I want to start dinner, and then I will show you what I'm making for my daughter. I started a new project yesterday because I was just like bored. Me and Jason were watching a movie and I was like, I need to do something with my hands. So I started a new project yesterday. I'm making a cardigan for my daughter. That's it. I currently have the back is fully down, and I started on one of the front panels yesterday, so it's a very quick cardigan actually. We'll see how it goes. I definitely won't have enough yarn for this. I had a big massive bowl of 400 grams of yarn, but it's not going to be enough, so I ordered the second one like that, and it's coming tomorrow. So I'll do as much as I can today, and then tomorrow I will continue, but I'll show you the color and the yarn when I get downstairs. I need to go and treat my hair first, so I'll catch you later. I am not gonna lie, I'm so tired today. I'm literally falling asleep. It's 3:45, which is not the best. I need to have an early night because tomorrow I need to be up at 3:45. I tried reading, but my eyes closed, so no reading for me. Also, I was going to show you the cardigan. So right now I have finished the back panel and 2 front panels. There you go, 2 front panels. So just the panels, they still need to be like or there's like the inside, like the edging still needs to be done. And I started making sleeves, and this is as far as I got. I've run out of yarn, and I've ordered yarn, and it was supposed to be coming today, but it's still not here. And if only it was here, I would probably got myself busy and I would not be feeling so sleepy. So anyway, that's going to be sleeves, granny stitch. That's it. I think maybe I need to close my eyes for like 15 minutes. Where's the Amazon when you need it? Good afternoon, hope we're doing well. I am. My rest day tomorrow, so I'm happy. I had a really nice day today. My shift was stressful. That particular shift is always very stressful, but never mind, I have survived. And yeah, so went to the gym after work. I met up with Jason and we went to the gym. But the reason I am here because I have a few updates. Oh, yesterday I was so tired. Literally, I was asleep by 7 o'clock. So that was lovely. But I still managed to read a few chapters of Black Mamba. And it's good. I enjoy it. It's very slow. So I think it's going to be like a 3.5-star book for me by the looks of it as of now, because it is a little bit slow for my liking. I like the plot, I like the idea. It's just, yeah, it's just a little bit slow. I wish there was a little bit more scary bits in here. There are some, but to me it's not enough. So, but it's not a bad book. I enjoy it. But I finished Peter James' The House on Cold Hill. I finished it today. I was listening to this book, so my thoughts, I think I am going to rate it, or I did rate it already, 3 stars. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting a little bit more. It's about this family that move from Brighton in the UK to this little village, and they buy this old house that requires a lot of work. They don't really know much about the house's history, and they just know it's old, and they move in, and all sorts of different things started going on around the house. Little did they know the house is haunted and people are seeing ghosts and stuff like that. So definitely a paranormal story. At one point I felt like it was giving me vibes of The Others. I don't know if you remember the movie with Nicole Kidman. I don't know if there was a book and the movie is based on the book, but I watched the movie and it was giving me those vibes. And I think if that was the case, I think I would like this book a little bit more. I like how the author described the main male character kind of going a little bit mad with all that was happening in the house and with him and in his life, and how he was physically feeling as well. I like that. I think that was like a fantastic description. I kind of lacked a little bit of those scary, eerie, ghosty scenes. There was one that was interesting and I appreciated that it was in the book, but at the same time I don't want to give any spoilers. So anyway, so he discovered something, and in real life you would probably call the police, and he didn't do it. He wanted to keep it quiet, not to scare his wife and stuff like that. And spoiler alert, if you don't want to know what he found, just don't listen. Put it on mute for now, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. So him and his wife have noticed that this is kind of like an extra window in the house, and they were going from room to room seeing what room this window is from, but they didn't find any rooms or that the window would belong to. So he took a sledgehammer and he started demolishing walls and stuff, and then he discovered this hidden room, a tiny little thing, and in that room there was hackles, like, you know, like the cuffs with chains and stuff, and attached to this or whatever was like the remains, like the skeleton of someone, and there was bones and skull and everything. And normally in this situation you would call the police and report this, because obviously there was a crime committed. And he didn't do it. He decided to keep it quiet, and he didn't even tell his wife. And in normal horror books or horror movies, you kind of like, you know, when you find the body of the ghost and you put the body to rest, the ghost goes away. So I kind of found it a little bit unrealistic, and it's kind of stupid as well, because if you're trying to get rid of the ghost, why not just report it, get the remains moved and buried and whatnot, and then, you know, you have a ghost-free house. So this is the thing that I didn't like. But like the whole descriptions about him going crazy and not knowing what is real and what is just his hallucinations or whatever, that was interesting to see. And when he was running through the town, and for him it felt like the future, the past and the present was mixing. Like he had flash throughs from the future and flashbacks from the past. That was quite good. I enjoyed that. But this is the reason why I say it was kind of giving me The Others vibes. And I don't know, it wasn't a bad book. I think this is book 1 of the duology. I don't know if there's more than 2, but yeah, I don't think I'll be going out of my way to get book 2. I'm not that interested. I wasn't that fascinated with this book, but generally I enjoyed it, and it was okay. That will go on my Vinted. I don't think I will keep this book on my shelves. Also, I have started today The Burial Plot by Elizabeth MacNeal. This is the beautiful copy that I have pre-ordered, and this one came from this little shop in Chepstow Books and Gifts, and the website is Chepstow's chepstowbooks.co.uk, and when I was pre-ordering this, I had a choice of different shops, and I thought I will support this little indie bookshop, so check them out. This is a little postcard that came together with the book. But yeah, this is a beautiful copy. I love this. Nice, and the hardback is nice and manageable comparing to a normal paperback. You see, it's not that much bigger. And so far I've read 70 pages. It's quite interesting. It's written in a really nice language. Not old-fashioned, but it just reads like an old-fashioned book. And it's just the atmosphere. I think it you know, it all comes together. Her writing style, the setting of the book, and the characters and everything. I think as a whole, it makes her books very atmospheric, and you can feel yourself being very immersed in those times whenever book is happening. So far so good. I'm enjoying this. Let's see, it will stay this way. Yeah, it's only 70 pages, so I think I might read / listen to this book. But yeah, so far so good. Also, before I go, because I am planning on just chilling and watching Scotch Trials, because we've watched The Maze Runner the other day, and today we are going to watch Scotch Trials. But I have one of my pre-orders just came in today. That book was published yesterday on the 13th of August, and the book that I'm talking about is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. And let me just show you. So this is sprayed edges, and they're just black on top. The edge, nothing on the hardback, and papers just like that. Ooh, I love the big font. So this is Reimagining of Lady Macbeth. Let me quickly read a synopsis. The lady knows the stories, that her eyes induce madness in men. The lady knows she will be wed to the Scottish brood who does not leave his warrior ways behind when he comes to the marriage bed. The lady knows his hostile, suspicious court will be a game of survival, requiring all of her wiles and hidden witchcraft to survive. But the lady does not know her husband has occult secrets of his own. She does not know that prophecy girds him like armor. She does not know that her magic is greater and more dangerous, and that it will threaten the order of the world. She does not know this yet, but she will. So, yay, it looks cool, sounds interesting, and yeah, I can't wait to read it. Let's see, maybe if I have time this month, I will read it this month, depending how I get on with my books. I am gonna go now. I think you've had enough of me for now. I'll go and make the cardigan. I've done half a sleeve yesterday, so I need to finish that sleeve, and then I will start another one, and then the edging, and then stitching it together. So let's see how that goes. I'll keep you updated. Okay, this is probably not the best angle, but it is 10:20, and I have just finished Black Mamba. I am not sure about this book. It wasn't bad, but nah. It was a psychological. It was supposed to be a horror. I don't know, was it a horror? Maybe it was a horror. It was weird in places. I didn't mind it, but like, you know, I had my expectations. And yeah, the book didn't provide. I thought it's going to be a bit scarier. I don't know what to compare it to, but yeah, it's not a bad book. I would probably rate it 2.5 stars. I I don't know. Maybe I will see and wait until tomorrow and see how I feel tomorrow about this book, because yeah, right now, like, I found myself kind of skimming the pages towards the end. I kind of wanted the story to finish and for something to happen, and whatever happened, it just left me confused. So I don't know. Yeah, probably about 2.5 stars. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Anyway, I'm gonna go and basically another book ticked off my August TBR. Yay me! And now I need to go in the car and go and pick up my son. I actually wish I was going to bed. But yeah, I'd rather pick him up than him taking the tube at this time. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. 6:30 in the morning. It's a bit early. My voice is still creaky from the sleep. I woke up 5:45. I went to bed quite late yesterday because obviously I was picking up my son, and I woke up 5:45, and now I'm up and ready to handle the day. And I was tidying in my bedroom, and I actually didn't know what I want to do today because I need to do some cleaning. I need to record a few videos. I was planning to go to the gym, and now I don't know. My room here is so dusty. It needs hoovering, it needs dusting, it needs cleaning basically. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm thinking I might go down to the gym real quick. 6:30. I should be back for maybe like 8 o'clock if things go well. And yeah, and then maybe clean the house a little bit, and then maybe do my recording. We'll see. I want to motivate myself back into drawing and back into painting because it's been a minute, and I was thinking to record my current sketchbook state just as a reminder, this is where I am. And so that's one video I wanted to record. I also wanted to record, I've got so many, like I've got these pencils that I was given for Christmas, and I still haven't swatched them, so it would be nice to swatch them as well. Also, I was tidying up the other day and I found a box of Jackson Art Supplies order that I haven't even opened, which is crazy. So I want to record and unbox that. Also, I finished my memento journal, so I need to make another junk journal, and I thought it would be cool to record that. So that's 4 videos already, and I'm like also editing and everything else, and I'm like, when do I have time? Oh, I just feel like days are not long enough for me. I don't know. Also, I'm doing this cardigan. I've got so much stuff on my plate right now. It's absolutely crazy. And I don't know what to choose, honest. So, I don't know. I think, first of all, I'll go to the gym, have that ticked off, and then I'll just worry about the rest. And, yeah, whatever happens today, I'm not going to beat myself up for not completing my tasks. But, yeah, I'll try and do as much as I can. And in the meantime, I think whatever I do, I will listen to this book because I want to end this vlog when I finish the book. So I think that would be cool. I haven't read last night anything, not when I came back, because it was too late and I was feeling tired. But I think I might part read, part listen to this. So if I'm not listening to it when I go to bed, for example, I'll just take the book and I'll read it. And hopefully I can finish it a bit quicker and finish this vlog and then move on to the next one and start another. I think I have 4 or 5 more books lined up for August. There's one that I'm not really like fussed about, but yeah, the rest, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna stress myself about it. Yeah, okay, have a good morning, and I'll catch you later. The house is clean. I actually feel so happy and so satisfied, because house cleaning, it's not something that I do very often. I always think house is not a museum. So, but sometimes it gets to me when it gets dusty and stuff. So I think it was about time. Also, I'm achy from chest yesterday, which is feels good. So I can now delete a thing from my, that's it, from my list. Oh, listening to the burial plot. So I've got 67%. I'm on page 2 to 6. Almost finished. I think I will finish this today. This book is good. I didn't expect it. It is so good. Gothic, kind of like a historical fiction, historical thriller. It's not my main thing, but I'm actually really enjoying this one. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to finish it today. I think maybe when I do my crochet later, I'll listen to that and hopefully finish it. For now, I think I will be doing some recording. Maybe I'll do the easiest one first and then move on to the more challenging ones. Okay, something is going on that road, and I'm just curious to see what. Let's see. There's a lot of police there. Can we see? Zoom in a little bit. They all went to this one house. Come on, why not focusing camera? They all just went to this one house. What's going on? There's like 1 or 2 cars and a van. Maybe some like home domestic dispute or something. That was interesting. Okay, so I have just recorded 2 videos. 2 swatching videos. I had a unboxing for Jackson's Art Supplies, that a parcel that I bought a long time ago, and then I also recorded swatches of the colored pencils that I got for Christmas and never even opened them. Shame on you. Anyway, so I need to do a quick thumbnail, take a picture for the thumbnail, and then I will crack on because I want to record another video. And then I think as soon as I have stuff recorded and ready to edit, I will be cool, and then I can relax for a bit. So yeah, let's take that thumbnail, which I hate. A scorcher today. My god, I am boiling. It's so hot. I have finished work and I went to the gym after work, and the first thing I couldn't wait to come home because I wanted to tell you that I have now finished the burial plot. And oh my days, what a book. 5 shining stars for this book. So we start with a quick, let me just tell you what this book is about. So in here, we follow Bonnie, who escapes an arranged marriage and finds herself in London. And there she meets Crawford and Rex. And she gets tangled up not only in their dodgy ventures and jobs and businesses, but also in a relationship with Crawford. During one of the jobs, there's an accident and it forces Bonnie to leave London. So Crawford finds an advertisement in a paper. There's this family in Twickenham. They're looking for a housemate. So Bonnie, with a fake reference letter in hand, makes her way to Twickenham to that house. At the door, it turns out that the lady of the house had passed away some time ago, and the master of the house never put the advertisement in. But because she's trying to escape London, she's worried that people will be looking for her, police will be looking for her. She somehow manages to get the position anyway. She notices his drawings, and they start talking about his plans for the future and whatnot, and somehow he decides that maybe they need her, and he hires her as a housemate. So now, without giving anything away, Crawford finds his way into that house as well. And from that point, the situation becomes complicated also dangerous as different things come to light. And Bonnie suspects that she was just a pawn in a game bigger than her. So this is what I'm going to tell you about the plot. There's 4 main characters. There's Bonnie, which I absolutely loved. She's such a brave and smart and clever and a resolute young woman, and she is one of those people that will do anything to protect the people she loves. And then on the other hand, we have Crawford, who, I have to give it to him, very, very smart man, very clever, manages to do certain things I can't talk about. Very, very clever man. But him on the other side, he is also unstoppable. He will not stop until he achieves his goal, and he doesn't mind how many people or who or how he hurts on the way. So they're complete opposites. And then you have Mr. Moncrief, Mr. Moncrief, the owner of the estate, and his daughter, that are kind of like your typical Victorian, I don't know if it's a Victorian era, 1800s, so 19th century, maybe Victorian. So these are your typical Victorian characters, a bit like, wet, I would say. And just really not much to say. His daughter, Cece, she gets herself into some trouble as well. And yeah, apart from that, they're very typical Victorian characters. I want to say that the story is very atmospheric. The setting is very atmospheric as well. You can literally just... when I was listening and reading this book, because I part listened, part read, I could really immerse myself in this world created by Elizabeth MacNeal. I could literally feel every single floorboard creaking in that house and every squeaky door, and I could literally feel the humidity of the English air in autumn. There was beautiful descriptions, but not so many of them, which I appreciate, because I don't like a lot of long-winded descriptions. I just find them boring, and I feel novels or books set in those times in the 19th century, they tend to have this... how to put this? They tend to be long-winded in some places, but this book definitely wasn't. This is a medium-paced book, and the plot of the book is well executed, in my opinion, with enough intrigue to keep you interested. And even though I kind of had my suspicions early on in a book, who was who and who's done what, it didn't take away from my interest in the book. I actually found myself reaching for the book often and listening to this, and it was very, very enjoyable. When it comes to narration, I have to say, because some people might listen to the narration, I listened through BookBeat, and I can't remember who the narrator was, but she was reading this book perfectly. Normally I don't like women narrators, but she was perfect, and the narration was spot on. So cut the long story short, it's a 5-star book, and I recommend it to everyone. Okay, so that would mean I can now tick off next 3 books from my August TBR. Also, apologies for the shadows. It's so bright and sunny. My blind is down, otherwise this room gets really, really hot. So yeah, we started the week with Black Mamba by William Friend. I rated it 2.5 stars at first, but then the next day I actually changed my rating because at the end of the day I did enjoy it, and I changed the rating from 2 stars to 3 stars. So the book stays on my shelves. So then the next book of this weekly vlog, was Peter James' The House on Cold Hill. So I rated this book 3 stars as well. It's kind of like the same level as Black Mamba, my feelings toward this book. I was slightly disappointed with the ending. I didn't see myself actually reading or going to actively look for book 2, because there are 2 books in a series. But since then I found that book 2 is available in my library, like as of now. So I think I will listen to it. I'm not gonna buy a book, but I will listen to book 2. Book 2 is supposed to be people, someone bought the land, the house, and they demolished the house and then building something like a hotel or apartments on that land, and things happen. So book was available, so I borrowed it and I will be listening to it, but the book is gonna go unvinted. I'm not that keen on keeping this one. And then we finished this vlog with The Burial Plot by Elizabeth MacNeal, and you heard all about it. I recommend it. It's a 5-star book for me. Also, just look at this freaking cover. I absolutely love it. A stunning edition. Definitely keeping this one. I love this book, and yeah, this is one of those books you can judge it by the cover. Beautiful cover, great book. So that's it. That's the 3 books that I can now tick off from my August TBR. I feel very accomplished. I have 4 more to read, and then if I have time, I'll be reading other things as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you managed to watch this thing all the way to the end, leave me a snake emoji for Black Mamba. I think we deserve a snake emoji because the book actually is staying on my shelf. So leave me a snake emoji in the comments, and please subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on my weekly updates. And yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!